you for tuning in Mondays at the Square. I am your host, Toni Ringgold, and I hope that you are having a wonderful, 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 wonderful weekend thus far. Maybe some of you guys are getting up for church on Sunday morning, or maybe you're just getting off of work, coming off post. Whatever you are doing, we definitely appreciate you tuning in. Definitely appreciate every single one of my listeners. You guys are the bomb.com. Now, today, of course, I have a great interview. And if you want to hear my past interviews, all you have to do is go on to myb106.com. Again, that's www.myb106.com. You'll be able to hear this interview and other interviews as well. Now, we have school coming up, and I know you guys are excited about school shopping. I believe next weekend, the weekend of the 9th, is going to be tax-free shopping. So if you want to go shopping and you want to get your school clothes, wait just one more week. Just one more week. And you'll be able to take advantage of that tax-free. That's really going to go over well when you're trying to buy those expensive tennis shoes or getting your kids all ready for school. I'm super excited to get my kids out of my house because they have been eating me out of house and home. I'm ready to go. Only thing I won't have to worry about is breakfast sometimes in the morning and dinner at night. They need to go back to school ASAP. So I have, of course, a wonderful guest with me. This is my friend. I do not call a lot of people friend. Friend is a term that I feel is used too loosely. But this is someone that I have I've been knowing at least 5 years by now. Yeah, since about 2014. We first met. He was an owner of an establishment at that time, and he was doing different things in the community. He is definitely a fixture in the Temple community, and I definitely appreciate all of his work. So without further ado, I'm going to allow him to introduce himself.
How you doing, everybody? My name is Johnie Scurry.
And Johnny, what are some of the things that you do in the community?
I do a lot of stuff. Like I do the back to school supplies for some kids, but this year I'm doing a different thing. I don't want to announce that right now because it's a surprise for a parent.
Oh, okay.
But we got clothes, shoes, school supplies filled up with backpacks. That's basically it for that one.
Okay. So I've been watching you do different things in the community for years now. What are some of the events that you have hosted before? And speak up loud for the people in the back.
Okay. A lot of events I hosted back then was free barbecue for the community at 24th Street Park. I did 5 back to school drives at 24th Street Park as well. Oh my God, so many.
So much.
Yeah. The annual Easter event.
The Easter event, I remember. And it was so much fun because I got to do sack races, and I haven't done that since I was like a little girl. And we went, I think it was your land we were on.
Yes.
And we was just sack racing and running around and having so much fun. You do the egg hunts with the kids. And I like how you break it down by category. It's like really, really fun, the stuff that you do. And so I wanted to get you on. I've been wanting to get you on for some years now. But one of the things that you're doing right now that I think is super dope, it's somewhat of a somber feeling and a somber occasion. But I think that what you guys are trying to implement is super important. And what I'm talking about is the organization that you started. What's the name of that organization?
It's CTX Fighters For Change.
And why did you guys start that?
We started that because, a lot of stuff is going on in Temple, in the streets of Temple. Mm-hmm. And the fighters mean that we're going to fight our hardest to save our kids.
Yeah.
The teenagers, they are throwing their lives away.
Yeah.
The kids is getting steered on to the other side of the field where they should be on the right side of the field.
Right.
So the goal is to change their mindset, change their views, what the community is like and how the government is. Everybody's not bad.
Right.
and then we need to get that out of their head, and we're gonna change this.
Yeah. So, what are some of the things that you guys want to do? Like some of the activities or events and stuff that you have planned? I know that there's something you have planned coming up on September 7th, correct?
Yes, on September 7th, I have the it's the first annual Celebration of Life picnic.
Yes. I love it. I love it. The Celebration of Life picnic. You have a flyer up, and I'm going to share it on my page. If you go on to B106 Sundays at the Square with Toni Ringgold on Facebook, I'm going to actually share the flyer. The flyer has, I want to say, at least 30, 40.
Yes, it's a lot.
At least 40 people on here. And all of these people are young.
Very young. The youngest
You know.
one was Clarence. I think he was about 15 or 16 or something. He
And then I see a baby.
Lavelia. That's the one who got attacked by that pit bull.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Tino, he passed away in an apartment fire in the Wayne apartments.
Wow. And then a lot of these young people passed away due to violence.
Violence, yes. And also suicide.
Mm.
We have like 4 of them killed
4?
themselves. And we
Wow.
have one, it's another guy that killed himself last week.
What?
Yes, it was a Hispanic guy. I can't remember his name. He hung himself in his room.
See, this is the type of thing that makes me wonder, like, I don't understand. For Temple to be so small and for it to be such a small community, there is so much death, there's so much violence and sadness around the area. You weren't born here in Temple, but you rep Temple because you've been here since you was a youngster. Mm-hmm. Tell me how life has changed from then to now.
Okay, life has changed. The reason why my life has changed because, okay, I grew up in the drug trade. Mm-hmm. I'm not proud of doing that, but as a struggling black family, and my mother was quadriplegic from shoulders down. My grandmother took us in and helped raise my sister, my brother, mm-hmm. and she also took care of my mother who couldn't walk.
Okay.
So that was a big inspiration right there when I came to Texas, and I seen all the struggle, but also I seen on the other side of the field the drugs, the fast money.
Mm-hmm. You could take care of things. You could take care of your mama. You could take care of,
yes.
You could get what you needed or wanted.
Yes.
And so it became easy.
Yeah, it came easy and there was no more struggling. I knew it was wrong. I knew the consequence behind it, but it wasn't me.
Right.
So when I grew up around that, I say, you know what? I'm not going to do this anymore. I've started talking to God way more when I grew up in the church, but I was like 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
Because you still wanted to do what you wanted to do, but at the same time, you knew right from wrong.
Yeah. I very much knew that, and I thank God for that I went through that storm, because it made me who I am right now.
Right.
And it changed me as not only as an individual, but as a black man, a black strong man. And I try to inspire them kids. Don't do drugs. Don't sell drugs. That's not what you want. That's what they put inside the hood. That's the best thing going. That is not the best thing going.
Right.
I only had one drug case. Okay, usually by that time it was hard to get a job back then. But I showed him that, hey, I could get this good job. My first job was Jack in the Box. And I went from Jack in the Box and I worked for PFG. And that's making like $18 an hour.
Right.
And once I got that, I was good. I promised to my mother, I made a promise to my mother and my grandmother that I would never touch drugs again. You would never, ever come see me behind bars again.
So you got caught and you had to do something.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Hey, it's not fun. When somebody
And I
tell
think
you,
that that's the thing that I think kids like really need to realize. Like, you think this life is glamorous? Don't nobody in prison want to be in prison.
they do not. You gonna eat like slop. Like it's not necessarily like slop, but it looks like slop. You gonna take a shower with all the grown men.
Ugh.
You gonna wear the same
Come
clothes for a
on, say it
whole
louder
week.
for the people in the back.
Yeah, you gonna wear your clothes for a whole week. You got to hand wash them till it's time to make laundry time again, and that's it. And you got to get up when they tell you get up. You got to shower when they tell you to shower. Get in your rack when they tell you how to count you. Make sure all the head count is right. They know we can't break out, but they still make sure that the head count is right. And you're gonna be called inmate. You're not gonna be called, hey Tony, get up. You got to go to the infirmary. Inmate. Inmate Scurry. You got to go to the infirmary. Go to the door.
So you treat it like an animal.
Exactly. You in the cage, and you really living in the cage. You see all type of stuff. It's deaths down there. It's some stuff that you do not want to see.
So, children, adults,
Yes.
whoever is listening, from an inside angle on what prison actually feels like and what it looks like, it ain't no place that you want to be. It's not a place you want to go. It's not a place that makes you dope or makes you OG or any more gangster than you already. It ain't no place for you to be, man.
No. The hardest man that I seen was that came in there with his head all high like he was so tough. Got beat up.
See?
And they made him wash their clothes.
Wow.
Yes.
I ain't washing nobody's clothes. I'm just gonna stay in the free world.
Yeah.
I ain't
And guess where they wash their clothes at? In the sink.
Wow. So, hello, people. You out here thinking you super tough. Get back there, get behind bars if you want to.
No, it's not. You don't want to be there because you're going to miss all the holidays, all the family reunions, all the birthdays. If you lost a loved one, you cannot go.
Right. Well, you can apply to go, but most of the time you're not gonna go.
You're not going to go.
Yep. That's true.
It's black. You know what's another thing that's so funny about that? It's funny now because when I seen it in reality, them guys, every guy in that prison would pick up a Bible and read that Bible like they was in church in the real world.
Yep. Like they ain't never read before, because that's the only thing they got to lean on. They hoping and wishing and praying and every day, please let me, and then get out and do the same.
Do the
stuff.
same thing. Like, come on, you was
praying so hard.
Yeah. Now you finally got out. Now you want to go back in there. So that means you content with jail. So you love that. So
you like washing up with other men and washing up with other women. That's not gonna happen. So I for all of our listeners who are listening, you're just tuned into Sundays at the Square. I'm your host, Toni Ringgold. Today, I'm sitting with Mr. Johnie Scurry, the incomparable leader of Temple, Texas. I watch this man do so much in the community. I'm very proud of him. I'm always encouraging him because I want him to know that he's super dope. Keep it locked here. We'll be right back only on B106.